All right, recording, go, bam.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to start with just like a few quick announcements, and then we're going to hit about 3 different things during this. Just give me a few minutes and I'll be done there. Okay, give me a few minutes. All right. So first of all, pick 2 and pick 3 is back. I don't know if y'all saw that. I cannot, normally in our eSuite, it gives you the everything about all the, what am I trying to say? The promo. It gives you like all the details of the promo. It's not up in our eSuite or on our Connect tab. So I don't know when it ends. Probably like 2021 at this point. So I didn't say that. Stop, beep, stop recording. No, I'm just joking. It doesn't matter when it ends at this point. I don't know. It's just going to keep going. So pick 2 is back. I will drop a graphic of the new one, I think, in the Live Life Legendary chats for you guys to use. So if you're not in that big team chat, we started back up again. If you want to be in it, just message your upline, or go back and find the thread if you want. It's probably easier to just message your upline. They're probably in it, and get added. Again, it's mainly a boom chat, but that's where I'm going to put the graphic that's updated. You can also just go to your eSuite and go under pick 2, pick 3, and see a whole list, because I know they do change it a little bit. All right, so pick 2, pick 3 is back. That's our first one. The second one is, if you guys notice, I changed the power hour schedule, or I changed our cover photo to a power hour schedule. What we've done is I have asked about 4 or 5 different leaders each month to pick a power hour. So like pick a time, I don't care when it is, but make it the same time every day of that month or every week in that month, and lead a power hour. And it's not going to be like get on and it's just for accountability. Like it's going to be a led power hour where they're going to be giving you tasks saying, okay, for 10 minutes, we're doing this, putting stuff in the chat, etc. So I didn't put who was hosting them because it doesn't matter, right? We all get on and work together, but I did put the times. So that's our cover photo. And I did that just so it's kind of always there to remind you, because even pinned posts, I know they kind of just get, they just get lost. So I put it as our cover photo so that you guys can see it. The other thing is Gina and Monique are doing for their power hour, basically on Tuesday, Thursdays, a back to basics Zoom. So I have it as a power hour, but Gina's actually training on that. And so Gina and Monique are tag teaming that, and they're actually training on it. So it's great for newbies. It's good. I mean, and Gina, you can talk on this a little bit if you want when you're up, but no, Monique talked about it a few Mondays ago. I don't know. Sorry, I've slept since then. Can't remember, but I know we talked about it. So make sure you guys are hopping on and working with people, especially those leaders that are taking time out of their day to lead those power hours. So those are first two announcements. The third one is the extended conference tickets through the 15th. Okay. So if you did not get yours and you still want codes or something has changed, they extended it through the 15th. What we are doing, and I'm not going to go super into detail about it. There is a post scheduled for tomorrow morning. But basically we are always together for conference, and that is part of the magic. People are always like, what's the magic? Well, part of the magic is we're just around each other, and we get to watch each other like dream and cry and be excited. And, it's just being around like-minded people. Right. And like seeing all the people just get fired up at the same time. And just, I don't know. It's just there's a whole lot of magic, but a lot of the magic is in being with your team the same place for a couple of days in a row. So what we are doing, and by we, I mean Ashley Sinclair's entire downline, is we are actually going to move conference to Galveston this year. So I know it's typically in Florida. We're moving it to Galveston. So all the leaders on Ashley's team, Kim, Alyssa, Tiffany, Piper, I'm like, Amy, I'm like, all the leaders, we're actually getting houses for our team in Galveston, and we're going to watch it together, and there's going to be planned events, and we're going to basically kind of like run our own conference vibe type thing. So I know there is I know there's probably going to be at least 2 houses within our major team, or our team, maybe 3. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I have everything set to post. It's going to be first come, first serve for the house, because and again, I'm not going to go into details because it's all going to be on the post, but I did want to give you guys a heads up that that's January 22nd and 23rd. It's going to be Thursday through Sunday. Sorry. I'm like Thursday through what day comes next? I'm telling you, I'm like all over the place. Okay. So those are the announcements. If you have any questions about it, drop in the chat. But again, I have a very detailed post set to post tomorrow. So, I mean, that's why I'm not giving you everything, because I know it's all coming tomorrow morning. Just kind of giving you guys a heads up on that if you're not already making arrangements. So I'm going to turn it over to Jamie. Where's my hype girl at?
Oh, hey.
There she is. Late life. I was like, I can stall until Jamie gets on. I'm just joking.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was on a new distributor one-on-one. So I am so excited. She is going to be awesome, you guys. I can't wait for y'all to meet her. Her name is Rose. So if they do decide to pop on here, then everybody say hey to Rose. Jamie's on there with her. So they'll be all over here hopefully here in just a minute. But Stormy asked me to pop on because everybody is motivated so differently, and our team is truly the bomb. Okay. So Ashley Sinclair, our ambassador upline, always wants to do something to make everybody feel special, to make everybody feel motivated. Because here's the deal, bonuses are really freaking cool, you guys, right? But there's not always a bonus on the table. Sometimes it's not about the money. Sometimes it's about just recognition or feeling a part of community or something like that. Okay. So she is rolling out, and this, I'm talking to people pushing for diamond. So if you are pushing for diamond, I need you to perk up and listen up. Or if you love community or recognition or being a part of this team, then perk up and listen up, because she just rolled out something that we're so freaking excited. We had a diamond Zoom last night and she talked about all the details. And hold on just one second, sissy. Mommy's talking. That's fine. In mommy's bathroom. This is real life, y'all. They're going to take a bath together in my bathroom. It's fine. Anyways, so Ashley rolled out last night for all of the diamonds and up that we have a new diamond recognition program, but we wanted to tell all of you about it because this is so freaking cool. So like Stormy was saying, part of being together for conference is the magic. Part of it, the being on a team and being with like-minded people and being with people pursuing their dreams, that is the cool part of being at conference. And being a diamond is something to be celebrated. Getting to that level, helping that many people grow in their business, it is so freaking cool. So what they did, or what we did, there were about 10 of us at Ashley's a couple months ago. I can't believe it's been a couple months. I miss my friends. We all sat around and we were giving each other spirit animal names. I was a black bear. Obviously, I need a jacket with a big black bear on the back of it. It makes sense, right? So then we were talking about that we may not always be motivated for like a bonus, but I would do some crazy stuff for a patch, right? So then we came up with like a letter jacket / Girl Scout jacket situation that you get when you go diamond. And you can earn different patches for like earning cruises, how many years you've been in the business. If you, like this month, we have 5 patches that we can earn as diamonds. If you enroll 20 Skinny Brew customers, you get a little coffee patch that goes on there. If you enroll 50 customers, there's a Savage Club patch. If you enroll 100 new loyal customers, you get this unicorn that's all sparkly and he's dabbing. Like there's so many cool different things. And it's basically like to help us lead our teams from the front. But if you like stuff like that, and if you are going to conference, you're going to want to have a black jacket. Okay. You don't want to be the one in the picture that doesn't have the black jacket. So as if a diamond paycheck was not enough to help you get there, then this black jacket should be enough, because you don't want to be the person in the picture, the only one without a black jacket. I'm so freaking excited. I had to stand up last night on our Zoom because I could not contain my excitement. Like I am so freaking pumped. Hey, Stormy, will you let me share my screen? Because I sent my jacket actually to get all my patches sewn on, because the 10 of us that came up with this whole thing, we have our founders jackets and we got all of our patches together. I had them pinned on last night for the call so that we could like show all the other diamonds. but I took a picture and I want y'all to see. I've got about 10 more patches on the way. But here is what I've got so far. So you can't really see it, but this is my little mama bear right here. I'm a double diamond right now. So you get a diamond for every time you rank up. So by the time I get to ambassador, I'll have 5 diamonds down my thing. This is my little best friend one. This is Carlos the cactus, because I've been to Mexico with the team. This is the bonus earner. If you've ever earned a bonus, like a banquet bonus or a more bonus or a double good bonus or whatever, if you've been, I've earned a cruise with the company. I got some little flames because we're Team Grace on Fire and I had to represent, but you guys, our patches are going to fill our entire black jackets. So I'm so excited. You can't see it, but on this side, I have a little heart. If you are a part of our Gives Back program, then you get a little heart, a little sequence heart that shows that you are a part of our Gives Back program, because that's such a cool thing that we do as a company and you should be a part of it. But there are so many things that you can earn patches for, and you've got to get to diamond to get there. So if you see a bunch of diamonds with black jackets, then now you know why. And you guys have got to get there, because I'm just so pumped. I'm so excited. So I wanted to share that, because even though it is a diamond thing, we have so many of you guys that are pushing and they're right on the brink. And sometimes it's not about a bonus, it's about a damn patch. So get your black jacket, get to diamond, and let's take some cute pictures in our little black jackets. I think that's all that I was supposed to talk about.
Think about all the patches you can buy with that bonus, though.
So many patches.
Any guidance on patches? I think Gina is spending. I think Gina has added searching patches as one of her KPIs.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely one of them.
I think she has added number 11.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Gina, you're up.
All
She's
right.
talk about patches. No, I'm just joking.
I love the patch idea. Yeah, I had to turn in my 401k just so I could get all the patches that I want to buy. No, just kidding. All right. So my segment is no code left behind. I really wanted to have that little movie that said no troll left behind, but it's no code left behind. Here's the thing about codes. There are a bajillion of us that have 20 codes. What that means is that you have a coupon that is 60% off for the distributor kit. So you need to enroll 20 if you bought the ticket and you have those. If you bought a ticket and you have 6, so there's either 20 or there's 6, but there are so many codes that need to be addressed, and we don't want to be at the end of the month going, I still have 5 codes, I still have 5. Okay, so here's the thing. Codes can be transferable. You can transfer your codes to your downline. You can transfer your codes to your sideline. You can transfer your codes to your upline. We are one team, one mission, and we are not going to have any codes left behind. But where it starts is in your mind. You need to tell yourself, I have 20 codes and I'm going to use these 20 codes, because I guarantee if you dig deep enough, you're going to find 20 people plus that want to make extra income. So no code left behind. This is your whole mantra for the entire month. You need to have these codes out, done, used. You need to be asking people for more codes. So that is a huge opportunity for you to get to diamond so you can get your black jacket, so you can get your patch. I'm done.
Preach. Hey, and I forgot one thing, y'all, because I was just so hype I could not even gather my thoughts all the way. But so here's the deal. Miss Sinclair always does something awesome for our team, whether it's at conference or a diamond weekend, or when she does like she does like Dallas training events or whatever it is. If she has her team together, she always does some kind of like dinner or lunch or whatever there. And she said that we will be doing patch ceremonies like we're going to have one at our diamond weekend next month, and then we're going to have another one at conference. So like if you're going diamond in the meantime, as you're earning patches, they'll be sent to you, but we're having diamond patch ceremonies, so you're going to get rewarded and awarded your patches as a big thing that our team does. Like we are starting something new. So it's something that as you are a part of teams that go diamond, and as you go diamond, it's something that you can celebrate your uplines and your downlines that can celebrate you. It's something that we want to do as a team. So I love that we're going to have like actual ceremonies and like give out patches and celebrate each other. So that was all.
And our team is the only one doing this. So if you some people from corporate have asked if they can get a black jacket, and Sinclair said no. So it's just us. We're doing this. All right, back to you, Stormy.
She's a stickler. All right. So like I said, we're kind of bouncing around tonight, but you guys, what 3, 4, sorry, I had to count really quickly. I'm like, before I said a number, y'all know I had can't math. What we did it was like right at 3.5, 4 weeks ago, is around the time we had Amber Parker on our Zoom, and she did the KPIs, and we really started throwing KPIs at you hard. We each asked a couple of people in our downline that we either knew were already utilizing the KPIs, or we're about to start, and we asked them to be consistent with them and share their testimony with how it's kind of changed their business, how it's changed their enrollment, how it's changed their mindset. You know what I mean? Because there's so much to the KPIs that it could be, wow, I wasn't doing self-development every day and now I am, and look at like where my mind is, or whatever it is. So we're going to let each of those 5 people just share that with you guys. All right. And tell them like, hey, I've been doing these consistently, and this is the differences I've seen. This is my testimony. The other thing I want to say really quickly is, if you aren't using KPIs, but you hear all this and you finally decide to jump on that train, there are, I believe, 5 files in the team page that are KPIs. There's 2, Jen did one. There's the original one. There's one that you can actually fill in how many messages you send. There's one Val did. That's a daily one that you could even save to your phone and just check off as you go if you're like more of a day person. And then there's the one Jen's did. Y'all, I cannot talk. I haven't been drinking. I know I was joking about it at the beginning, but I really haven't been. The one Jen did, which it prioritizes the list, and then she did a newbie one. So you can actually give it to your newbie. So there's 5 different KPIs on the team page, plus an upline tracker. So all the files are right where you need them. After you hear all this, I know if you haven't printed them out, you're all going to sprint to the team page and do that. Okay, Monique, you're first. I'm going to turn it over to you.
All right, KPI. I heard about the KPI about maybe 2 months ago. I started to use it. Not as consistent, of course, the first 2 weeks or so of it. But I realized, and I kept hearing more and more every time I was listening in on like every chat that I can, because part of the KPI, of course, is self-development. So I'm going and trying to listen in. I'm not a newbie, but I'll still go on the newbie Zooms that they have. And I just realized being consistent with doing your KPIs has done so much for me. It has completely changed the game. Like I had increased my LC loyal customer enrollment. I increased my friends. I actually just realized that I was over 4,000. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start writing down each week how many friends I have. One of my HAP giveaways is with us, stating that we're gonna, we have to put up however many HAPs, 10 or depending on how much we're going for per day. One of my PDT HAP, one of my giveaway HAPs is basically stating at the end to be my friend, request to be my friend. So I haven't really necessarily been going after for whoever puts up a HAP to then request to be their friends. I constantly, it's just like, I have a whole bunch of friends that people have requested me to be their friend. And I'm like, okay, now I got to go back to see whose hat blew up, because apparently it's blowing up. So that has completely increased my network. And with, of course, increased network, being consistent with putting up our post, putting up our story, putting up our products, our sample post has increased curiosity. I put in for my interactions, just dealing with samples and interactions, I usually get at least between 13 to 20 people a day who comes up, having the same birthday. So I send out to every one of those people, even though they are this skinny. Well, now that we have the tea, I send out happy birthday, basically saying happy birthday. I don't know if you'd be interested or not, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm giving my friends a discount. Usually we have skinny brew, sleepy tea, and you can get it for $15. If you would you be interested? Today I got 2. I mean, I sent it out this morning before, like by 7 o'clock, I had 2 in the last hour. So it's like, it's increasing my daily cash. As well, it has, because my biggest problem was also asking PDT, asking someone to partner up with me. That has been my, we read the book, what is it, Gina? What frog? Eat your frog?
Yeah, eat your frog.
That's my frog that I have to eat every day, with trying to at least, with the KPI, ask 15 to 20 people. And because of that, I have had an increase in potentials, very, very, very strong potentials. And I have loved doing the KPI because it has completely changed my game. Done.
I love that. I love that it's just like a checklist. I'm a checklist person, and I like to boldly check off things as I do them. Like, I'm not just doing a little check. It's like I'm bold in that thing. It's probably why I run out of pens, ink so fast. All right. Christina, where are you at? There you are. You are next.
So I know I've talked a little bit about, like, I'm sure like everyone knows, but except for like new people, but everyone knows I work night shift, and I'm probably the only one on our team that works night shift, maybe. So my schedule is very different than everyone. I'm sleeping while everyone's up. I go to sleep at 8 a.m. and wake up around 2 or 3. So I'm like the opposite of everyone when that comes around. So really the reason why the KPI checklist has been helpful is because I can do it on my own time and not like the same time as everyone else. And it's very helpful for those type of people that, have different type of schedules, or, have like different type of work schedules and stuff like that. So I can get like one thing done, but cross off 2 at the same time. So I'm looking over like one of the checklists now, like go on your thing and like make a personal story or whatever about a product or something like that. So I'm doing that, but saving them for later. So I don't have to like, go back and forth or whatever, but I'm also posting that same thing on my Facebook. So if I'm going to do something about the cleanse, I'm going to do that same day, because I just got done with my cleanse the last 2 days. So I'm going to do stories and stuff like that, and also post it on the same thing on my Facebook. So I'm like killing kind of 2 steps at once at the, at the same time. But I mean, I'm sure some of y'all saw, like, I've been on vacation and I didn't have service for like 2 days. So KPI kind of got backslashed a little bit, but I had to like step back up and just kind of get back into it once I got back. But it's just really helpful tool to just, if on anyone's schedule, to kind of work it whenever they can. Even though I'm working, and if it's like slow at 2 or 3 a.m., I'll send my messages then. So then when I wake up, after I do like my devotional or whatever, when I wake up, then I can get to my messages later. Like, everyone has a life. You don't have to always speed up and respond to them right every second, right away. Like, your giveaway posts can wait a little bit, but I'll send my messages when I can. And if I don't get to them in a few hours, that's fine, because not everyone that you respond to or they message you is going to be like, they're not going to want to like answer right away. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're not going to be as like motivated as you are. Like, I wish we could see, like, tell them like, hey, we're at the end of the month, we need to get these orders in, but like they don't know that. Like, they don't care if you respond right away or if you respond in a day, as long as you get there. So in my eyes, like if I'm trying to do that at 2 or 3 a.m., I'll just send them a message. I'll get to them later. It's not a big deal. So it's really helpful for me just because of my schedule and how crazy it works. So it kind of keeps me in line a little bit. But it's helped a lot, to say the least. I mean, I feel like there's a huge difference, like Monique said, with like adding friends. I can tell within like a month, I probably added like at least 1,000 friends, and I've had more and more interaction and more people like comment on the polls or whatever that you put up on your stories and stuff like that, because you're adding more people. And if you message more people, then they're seeing all your stuff more. So it's definitely helped in that sense with like interaction and all that stuff. So, and it's not that, 5-10 minutes out of your way, so yeah, just I guess that would be it probably. I don't know what else. I probably have said too much, but
No, you did great. I thought that was a good point of like, me and her, we're like not on the same schedule at all. And it's nice because she can do it. Like, she doesn't have to be, if she misses the guided power hour that day, she knows. I mean, here's the thing is, what tasks are we giving y'all in the guided power hour? Y'all, we were already doing the KPIs, right? Like, we just might be sporadic with when we were doing them and what ones we were doing each day. Okay, Miss Amanda, where are you at? I don't know where you're at, but you might be on my second screen. There you are. Wait, no, yep, there you are. Wait. Can y'all hear her? Okay. I was like, is it just me?
Can you hear me? Okay, cool. I think it's because I had my AirPods in. My kids are listening to Lion King like extra loud right now. So the KPI, I honestly was like super resistant towards it in the beginning. Like I was just like, I don't want to add anything else to like what I'm doing. But once I started it, I realized I wasn't adding anything. I was actually taking away other tasks. Like I wasn't overworking, or I wasn't like wasting time on my phone, or like I would always like find myself like feeling guilty that I was always on my phone and like not spending enough time with the kids, or like not being in the moment. But once I started doing the KPIs, I felt like I was more in the moment than I ever have been in this business. And then I honestly didn't realize it was working until September. And well, I want to back up too. I didn't really have a choice in whenever I finally got into the KPIs, because Jen, Jen, she was like on my butt. She was like, you need to get it. You need to get it. And I finally was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, Jen's going to kick my butt. And I don't want that to happen. And like I said, I didn't notice it was working until like mid-September. And I got like $450 in fast start bonuses. And I completed my steps to success for the first time ever. And like I've been in this business for like 3 years, and I completed my steps to success last month. And so yeah, I know. And I'm going off my notes because otherwise I'll forget. I was also one of the top enrollers last month. And that's something I like always want to be at, is like, I just want to be up there. And it's made me a better leader. I I feel like without the KPIs, I was kind of everywhere. I didn't know who to check in on. I didn't know what tasks to give who, but with the KPI, it keeps me and my downline on track. And when I go to bed at night, if I don't see those like those boxes colored, I kind of have like this anxiety attack. I'm like, it needs to be checked off. But I love the KPIs now, and I wish I didn't ever like resist them like I did in the beginning. And that's really it.
That's perfect. That was a perfect way to leave off, because I guarantee you we still have some people resisting. I was the same way. I was like, I don't know what this KPI business on the leader chat is, but like it sounds like a lot and a little much. I don't know, it sounded intense to me, very like corporate, which I mean, she says she got it from corporate, but anyways. Okay. Next we have Miss Elita. I'm like, I didn't know. I was like, did I say it right? I saw her a second ago.
Yes, you did. You said
Okay.
it good.
I just want to give her a little shout out, because if you saw, Ashley Sinclair posted our top enrollers today, and she was on it.
Yes.
So
Yes, that was
a round of applause.
She's been in the business less than 45 days.
I was just saying, she's in her first month is what I was like, I knew it was like 30. I was gonna 30, 45. That's pretty much the same thing. And a top enroller on an ambassador team. Amazing. Okay.
Yes.
Now, I'll turn it over now to you, because we all want to know now what you're doing.
Well, I want to give thanks to Amanda and Jen, because without them pushing me, I probably would not be where I am or accomplished what I have accomplished. They're on my butt 24/7. And when they introduced that KPI to me, I did notice that my volume was going up and my sales were going up. I wasn't scattered everywhere. My planner was a mess until they introduced those KPIs to me, and it just kept me on track. And seeing that today proved to me that the KPIs do work. Obviously, like they said, I've only been here for a month and a few days, and I already hit the top enrollers. I still struggle here and there. I'm new, but I do feel like those KPIs did help a lot, because when I first started, I didn't have them. I was just doing what I was getting taught and what I knew. But yeah, when they introduced those KPIs to me, I did notice everything just skyrocketed and everything went up, my volume, everything. But I couldn't do it without them. And I do get my days, who doesn't? But my advice that I could give, one thing that I could give is don't give in when you want to stop. Just keep pushing, because I did notice when I did stop my KPIs and stop doing it, when I had my days, everything was going down. So just stay consistent. I learned to stay consistent. And that's really all to it to me. Is that's all I do, is just stay consistent. Do not give up. I don't have a day off. I keep pushing through. I might have depression here and there. And I am going to be honest with y'all, I do suffer from depression. But so it is hard for me to push through, but I do it because I do have a goal in my mind. I do have a lot of things that I'm looking forward to. And like I said, Jen and Amanda do not give up on me. And I love them so much for that. That's it.
Thank you for sharing. I love that you said consistency like 3 times. You guys, did y'all hear? I think it was on summer camp the other day that, or maybe, I don't know, maybe it wasn't on summer camp. Maybe it was on a podcast. I have no idea. But I heard something that was like, it said successful people do, I'm going to screw it up. I wrote it down in my planner, but it was like basically saying successful people do consistently what normal people are only willing to do like occasionally. It was something along that line. So I love that you said consistency, because again, you can like, and I think it was Amanda, the KPIs, when I sit down and I'm doing them, I do not waste time like I normally do. I do not get caught doing stuff. It's like kind of a game too, because I'm like, this shouldn't take me this long. I'm going to get done faster today, I don't know. Do y'all do that? No, like a race. I always I do that to Palmer. I'm like, all right, I'm going to set the timer. See if you can beat your last time of cleaning your room. Ready, go. It works every time with her. I don't know. It's kind of working with me too. Okay. Last up, we have our brand new stinking diamond, Miss Elena. Where are you at?
Yeah, go Lena. Woo!
Diamond dance. Diamond dance? No? Anybody? Okay. All right.
Can you hear me with this thing? Yes. Okay. I feel like I'm not going to say anything different than everybody else has already said. But I did want to, I really like this one because of the importance. So you, number one is get your apps up. So I feel like that within itself kind of beats out everything. You get that up, then all the rest of the things start to follow. So at first I struggled with it just because um I would do that I would do that last. And I know that's hard, and you're like, oh, I can do the rest of the stuff. It's easy. You can do it really fast. And then you end up like, you know, and haps can take a long time because you're depending on the other person to help you. And so if you get those done first, it makes like the anxiety less throughout the day, feeling like, okay, at least I already got my 7 up for now. And then if the rest comes up, then it's just easier. And so I just think that I really like how y'all did that. Jen, Jamie, whoever did it, I really appreciate it because that makes me feel like, okay, this is important. It's number one. I'm going to do that first. And so I just think that, and they even helped you put it on here too about 2 giveaways. So if you get those up, then that even just sets you up more for the rest of the day. Get your giveaway, your partner up post, however you want to say it. And so I just think that those things, that is just a big thing because it just helps for the rest of how your day's going to go. And so um that is like a gateway, should I say, for like endless contacts. And then how everybody already said, like, that just gives you more people, new interaction. Now I feel like I have more people commenting on stuff, and then I go back and it looks like I've already messaged them, but I've messaged them like when maybe they were my first friends back in April, maybe March. And now they've already seen it, or now they're just starting to see it more because, you start to go through and comment, like, and, the number 7, 8, 9, 10, so those, I just feel like those are add-ons, but at the same time, those are just as important because that's just, now you're getting your old market kind of coming back and they're seeing like new stuff and you haven't seen them in like months and months really. So I just think that's just, those are one of those things they feel like maybe you think you're wasting time, or should I say maybe it's not that important. And so now I feel like that really made a big difference because I can see that it is important because I haven't messaged those people, or it's my fault too for not following up, which is number 2. Because if I would have followed up with them back in March, April, and then I would be able to see them or see more conversations. So I just feel like, kind of like what Amanda said, you're not like adding on, you're basically taking away other things that are unimportant. You don't need to add all this extra stuff. Once you do all these, then that's it. Like, that's what you've done for the day to work your business the best that you can, and based on number 1 through 10, the priority. So I just think that it just, like you said, like Stormy, like it's easy to check off and know, like, okay, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I going to bed today knowing I did the best that I can for my business today. So, and then I just want to say, of course, thanks to my team and just, I mean, just in general, like this, um, this creates like massive action when you're doing it as a whole. So I'm just, shh, be quiet. She's reading monkeys on the bed right here. Um, like it just creates massive action, like, as your team, your whole downline, sideline, everybody doing it all together, like everybody has this momentum and everybody is like winning all together, and it's just more exciting, and it just makes you feel like, everybody is doing all the things, even though we might be doing them a little bit differently, but we're all doing the main things And so it's just exciting, if everybody does all the same thing. Like, I don't remember who gave that analogy about, was it, I think it was Mayfield, and she said about like on Nemo, whenever they're all those fish, when they say swim down, and like they're all pushing down, they're all doing a little bit of work, but it just pushing it all down, and like the whole net broke, and it was just overflow. And so I just feel like this KPI lets like every day I'm doing everything I can, my little effort, but overall it becomes like a big thing at the end. So that's my KPI advice.
KPI and Nemo.
Yes.
I'm glad my kids weren't in here. We haven't watched that in a while. We'd probably have to watch it 42 times the next month, and I'd be cussing at you. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, you said something else. Sorry, y'all are all saying different. I mean, y'all are all saying the same thing, but different things. And I like what you said about going to bed at night and like knowing, because I know we have a lot of personalities on here that are like super red. And I know, I don't know, I'm like a brown, but I feel like with those red, you can get like all or nothing, right? You like tunnel vision on this. And what happens what we've seen is, when people go hard for days and days or months or whatever, they burn out, right? They burn out because they're just working nonstop. I love that this gives you something to do, and then you're done, and like you can lay your head down at night and know that I did what I was going to do or said I was going to do. It's going to add up to big things, like my X amount of time that I spent doing these 10 things is going to add up to my promotion, my rank, my enrollment goal, whatever it is. I really like that because I don't know, I kind of find myself sometimes in that headspace where I'm like, I either need to do 10 hours of stuff or I do 0 hours of stuff. I don't know. Sometimes during my life, I find myself there. So I like a list. But all right. Anybody else have anything to add about KPIs?
I would just like to say that I love that we have different options out there, because I think everybody does work in different ways. And Jamie and I were up like one of our like 3 a.m. things, and because that's what we do. And I was like, you know what? When I'm looking at this KPI list, and it reminded me because Elena said that. And if I'm kind of guessing, Elena, I would say you're somewhat kind of green because of what you said, I'm assuming. Is there any kind of green in there? She a green personality?
So like my green, I took that not too long ago again, and I feel like my green is coming out now because it wasn't like that. Like it
And
really wasn't. And so I feel like this is definitely, I mean, you can see like I really like to do that now. Like
yeah, yeah.
and
And
She's green.
that's
She's lying.
that's
She's
not
green.
something that, but it really wasn't something until recently. And I like to do all the graphics and all that stuff. So yeah,
and
maybe
the
I
reason
am.
I said that is because like when I was going through this, I'm like, HAPs are number 10. And if I'm somebody who's even new to this business or really does truly do this as a side gig, that they're very minimal, they're like, okay, 30, 45 minutes max. If I'm looking at this list, I'm going to start at number 1. I mean, that's just a human nature. You start at number 1. And so I was like, I think and I know I'm this way. I want to get rid of the harder stuff first. So it made sense to flip it. So I'm glad you also brought that up, because we were like, I feel like we need to give people options. And then 2 was Alita is actually the exact reason why I created a newbie one. So the newbie one's the exact same way, y'all, but I just didn't do it as many numbers. And so instead of 7+, it was 5. Instead of 25 connections, I think we said 15. And it was just to get them warmed and going, right? So it's not overwhelming. It's still the same ways. And so I have started implementing this on day 3 of a newbie. It's totally up to you how you want to do it. But I just found that it helped, so they weren't ever having to question like, so what am I doing for today? They already knew right away before I even send the task of the day. They know they need to start with their 7+ HAPs, 5+ HAPs. They can go start asking right away. So definitely go through the files. Like Stormy said, there's plenty out there for you to review. Do what works for you. And I did mine too, where 7, 8, 9, and 10 are bonus KPIs. So it's like your 6 list. Get your power of your 6. If you want to take it to the next level, 7 through 10 can be done. And Jamie and I were talking about number 10 10, how it's like, or on my number 10, learn something new about a product. I actually put mine and I write it down every time, but I'm like, learn something new about a product or the business, right? So go learn a little bit more about the bonuses, go learn a little bit more about the starter kit, get on your website, change the flag, go to a different country and see what that country offers. Just try to start like increasing your knowledge just a little bit as you can. But I have found even as a KPI, I think I've had this conversation with so many people too. Amanda said it. I've actually been more intentional with my business because even y'all, even as a triple diamond, there's days I look at my stuff and I'm like, I have so much to do. I don't even know where to start. And because of this, I don't start with anything but number one, which are my haps. I'm like, it's okay. Everything else, you go in order and it falls, right? And so if you're not using a KPI, I mean, it's not just from your leaders. You heard it from every level, executive through diamond just now, how it works. We're all there. We're all human. A lot of us don't like change. But what I would challenge you, if something that you're doing right now isn't working, why not try it? Right? If what you're doing right now isn't where you want to be and you've been doing it for longer than 3+ months and you're still in the same place, why not try it? Why not give it a go? The number one thing you can be in this business is coachable and willing to change and really to try something different. So if you're not doing it yet, I highly recommend it. If you're a newbie and you've been in longer than a week and you're like, all right, I think I want to do this, let us know. And any of us will implement it to you and teach you how to do it. But it really is the best checklist for me because I felt even as a leader, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to go send out 500 messages out. Y'all, I'm still enrolling the same amount and I'm just being just as intentional with it. Kind of like what Amanda said, sometimes the best addition is subtraction. And that's exactly what you did. You kind of got rid of the fluff. You stopped realizing that you weren't aimlessly scrolling, looking for things. And so it's really, really helped, I feel, organize my life. Not only that, but I mean, I know how to train people, but having this accountability now, it's like, well, it makes it a lot easier. If I'm doing number one, tell them what to do on number one. If I'm doing number two, tell them what to do on number two, right? So I appreciate every single one of y'all for getting on and talking, like I said, from executive to diamond. If you are somebody who hasn't implemented, like that's my biggest challenge to you right now is if you haven't done it, do it. And it can, even just doing that bare minimum of what's on there, y'all, will change your business.
James. I thought you were unmuted and you were about to start hooting. All right. Well, that is all we have. And like, I cannot echo what Jen said enough. Is like, if you haven't done it, just give it 30 days. Maybe it doesn't change anything for you. Maybe everything we're all saying is wrong for you, but just try it. If you haven't tried it, you don't know. Okay. Next week, you guys, I'm super excited. We have a guest coming on, so I do not want y'all to miss. All right. So I will see you guys next Monday because I'm super excited. Our guest signed 27 distributors last month. So I mean, I feel like I want to hear from her. Do y'all want to hear from her?
100% yes.
27 distributors. I think, yes, I'll be on. Okay. All right. I will see y'all next Monday or on a power hour before then. All right. Bye, guys.